Hi everyone, it's Natalie here. So welcome to my channel. I'm going to take a little walk out on a limb and I'm going to attempt a weekly Kipper reading. Ooh, weekly Kipper. Ooh. We'll see how that works. It could be complete crap. If you're watching this, it couldn't have been too crap because I didn't scrap the video. Went ahead and decided to go through with it. So we'll find out. I'm really still very new to Kipper reading. I'm by no means very adept at it. I'm studying it. And this week I've been working heavily with box spreads. So I have absolutely no shame about learning and being a learner and being honest about where I am with my learning. So sometimes it can be very fun to share one's learning. And one's failures. So I think we'll give this a try and see how it works. I'm going to go ahead and, well, actually, no. Before I do that, let me just show you. Let me just show you what we're about to get into. So this is from Toni Puhle's book, The Card Geek's Guide to Kipper and Kipper Cards. Ooh, ooh, yeah. I don't know why I keep doing that. I just think it's funny on some level. Okay. It probably isn't. But so it's best for an in-depth analysis of a given situation when you aren't sure what significator to choose. And we don't, because we don't know what the week and the theme of the week is going to be about. But we do know that the question will be to ask what we can expect for the coming week. And the coming week would be, as I look up here at my calendar, it will be the 4th of April, which is Easter. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you. And that will last us all the way through to the 10th of April. So until next Saturday. So so we're going to try this and we're going to see what happens and whether it works or doesn't as a weekly reading. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. So I think we'll flip the camera around since the first time I've ever done this. We'll flip it around the way I would if we were, and you can see my mess, which is fun. You know, it's cartomancy, yes, cartomancy. Ooh. And it is a lot more relaxed and casual than, for me anyway, can you tell? Than than reading tarot. I don't know why. It shouldn't necessarily be, but I feel more like I'm playing a game. I mean, I feel like I'm playing a game when I play tarot too. It's just a different type of game. How about that? This is much more of a fun game. And apparently Trinley agrees. Okay, so we're going to turn things this way. You'll see what I mean when I tell you, like, look, there's the Kleenex box and the water bottle, all my books and crap, all sitting out here. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these little guys here. And what am I doing? I am asking my question. Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna lay three. It's a 9-card spread. So I like to shuffle 3 times that way, and then I like to overhand 6 times, so we get a total of 9. So 1, 2, 6. Okay, nobody jumped. This deck has been pretty primed from reading on the lines. It's funny, it's holding up so well given how much I shuffle it. You can see the color difference, though, between the plain cards that are from the, that are like the instruction cards versus the ones I use every day that are covered in, like, hand. Okay, so we're going to ask the question, which is, what can we expect? What kinds of lessons can we and events can we expect in the coming week? Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath. And I have been thinking about that, but I just thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and verbalize it. So let's take our first card. And it is, oh, sad news, really? Again? Come on. All right, well, but maybe, oh, okay, but it doesn't have to be our theme for the week. It's just the first card we drew. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so here is card 1. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the random center card that we won't be thinking about will be next. So the next card. Oh, interesting. Okay, the rich, good gentleman. Oh, look at that. A meeting. Or convene. Toni Puhle calls it convene. Okay, and then we have his thoughts. There's always some white man that wants to give you his thoughts. There we go. Who will it be this time? We'll find out. Okay. Oh, there's our theme for the week. That's our theme. Hope Great Water. Oh, that's a great theme. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay. What a wonderful theme. Oh, interesting. The thief is back. So these will be that's going to be so fascinating. All right, well, we'll see how it all comes together here. Okay, this would be, I can't see it. Oh, unexpected money. Oh, well, how about that? How about that? All right, and then we have occupation. And finally, it's always interesting where those stick out. Oh, success in love. All right, or what is it called? A good outcome. That's the other one, a good outcome. All right. So in order for us to understand how best this works, we need to see the way that Toni's reading. So if we look here at our little graphic, the center card obviously is our significator. Hi, baby. I'm reading cards. So as we look at this particular graphic, you can see that the central card is our significator. In this case, it is Hope Great Water. Card to the nearest past, what's inauspicious, is his thoughts. The nearest future is what's auspicious. And interestingly, it's the thief. So something's going to be stolen, but in a way that is auspicious, which is really interesting. Then we get on top, we get the current thoughts. Beneath, we have the current feelings. And then the corner cards in each situation are going to be what tells us how to negotiate between the card that's, we'll see. You'll see. You'll see as we go. So looking at our whole trajectory for the week, the theme of the week this week is really exciting. It is Hope Great Water. Boy, do we need a good outcome, something that's kind of, auspicious and looks like fun. So the rich good lord's thoughts and feelings have in recent times, oh boy, I have a feeling I know what this could potentially relate to, everybody, maybe. I feel like we're reading politics, guys. I really do. But what I'm seeing here, all right, so we have, hope is on the horizon, that things, that life, etc. is going to get better. Why? The recent past has been full of all of this sad news. A lot of that sad news has been generated as a result of, this inauspicious past where someone else's way of thinking, way of doing things, because here he is, right? His thinking, his thoughts, right? This position here is the current thoughts. It's a man. What's it about? In the recent past, his thoughts, right? So it's interesting to me the way that these two cards reflect one another and reflect upon one another. But the way that they do that is by creating sad news, by creating like a really kind of a gut-wrenching environment, a space that feels, it feels like this. It's just not great. It's like there's bad news coming up all the time. That's the more recent, inauspicious past, and the way that that's influenced thinking. Now, in terms of how we feel like everything, has been hard work. It's been hard work because his thoughts have created a lot of hard work, right? And have influenced our occupation. I don't feel like I'm not sure about this unexpected money, and about how, his thoughts, the recent past of his thoughts related to work, include unexpected money. This may be about the stimulus check, right? It's possible that we're looking at a combination of who's in a position of leadership, right? And the change of leadership and what that means. But it would seem that, unexpected money could also be that we've had recently had to pay unexpected money, or had unexpected expenses that have come up, that have created a sense of hard work. But since the outcome here is so positive, we're leaving something in the past. Yeah, that's it. We're leaving something in the past. I feel like maybe what we're looking at here is something like, an unexpected expense that made it necessary to work harder, because someone else was influencing it, disappears from the picture. Okay. So there's less of that to worry about. So then how does that relate to the future or towards, going forward? Well, so in the future, there is, we've got this thief. But this is the auspicious future, which is fascinating. There may, there's something, this is the connector card, right? This is a connector card. A meeting or convene. It looks very social, right? Or even sexual. It can be. It could be that we could be looking at, a situation whereby wow, good God. Something's been taken or stolen, and there's a rich man who's involved in that. And why it brings us hope, because the meeting, we learn about what connects them. We learn about who's responsible, how that all came together. That could be about Trump. It could be about Matt Gaetz. You see why I end up reading Kipper for like current events. It's really good for that, and it lays it out. Yeah, I feel like we're looking at, this to me looks like there's hope on the horizon, because this person is being exposed, right? If this is in front of us as a future card where it's exposed, then someone, the current thinking is really going to be around a particular person. I feel like we're looking here at it does feel like it's probably Matt Gaetz or Donald Trump. And about this is exposing meetings, exposing theft, exposing underhanded things, which puts us in a place where we're able to feel like there's, again, hope is being restored because truth is coming to light. Similarly, looking here at occupation, right? This is our current feelings. There's all this hard work around, or the sense that we've had to work hard. Our feelings have been really occupied, maybe more than we're willing to admit, with this particular situation, right? With the dishonesty, with the lack of transparency, even though it's, you know what I mean? So good news is possible here, because there's a good outcome, right? The hard work you know, the feeling, being occupied by this for so long is about to have a good outcome. It's going to feel worth it, in other words. So the way that we've been feeling about having to put all of this effort and time and whatever into things it's gonna lead to a positive outcome. I feel like if this were about gun laws, we would be seeing a military, right? We would be seeing the military character, but we're not. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, that would be this one, the military. Oops, sorry. The military. Oh, he's not carrying a gun. Interesting. The guy, no, he's got a sword too. I think the guy in the Sibylla deck also has, the military in here also has a gun. No, he has a gun with a bayonet. So I remember doing a reading this week where the soldier came up and he had, I remember the sharp point, but I was like, but I'm sure there was a gun. There's a gun with a bayonet. So I feel like, yeah, that would be, we would see that if it were about gun laws, but we're not, right? I mean, if I were to look at this and say, okay, it's not to do with current events, let's just look at how this might affect our lives. Now that I've got that aspect of it out of the way, I'm going to say that, you know, where, you know, this is definitely a character. This is a person card. The rest of these are situations and so on, but this one is directional. It's a person. So the rich, good hair, you know, there's a man, you know, an older man who has been heavily influencing the way we think, okay, and inserting his thoughts into everything in such a way that it dominates the way that you have been living, okay, or the way that you feel you've been able to live. And there's been sad news around it, okay. It's created some sadness. It's created a sense of like only ever hearing negative things. Maybe his thoughts have been overwhelmingly negative and hard to hear, hard to bear. This could also be someone that you work with. Okay, it doesn't necessarily. I think it's going to be male, yeah, or masculine, but it could also be somebody that you work with. So it may not be somebody that you know as so much as someone that you, or rather someone in your life. It may be somebody in your work life. Because right now, where hope is concerned, right, where a positive, you know, feeling about life and so forth comes, you know, you've been preoccupied with work, right, and your work life. It could be that you've also been experiencing a situation with work where, you know, you've had to be influenced heavily by, you know, in recent past in a way that's unhelpful by someone else's way of thinking about things, okay? And it may be that somehow cost you, right? It cost you something in a way that was unexpected, right? So it may have cost you extra time. It may have cost you, you know, keeping in mind too that when we spend too much time at work or too much time doing stuff, you know, it does leave us in a situation where it will bring up extra expenses. We forget to pay a bill. We forget to move the car before the meter runs out. You see what I'm saying? So unexpected expenses come up around that. You know, this is inauspicious. That's why I'm tending to read the unexpected money as something that's inauspicious. It's something that's not necessarily beneficial. It's something that's probably, it's money leaving your account, probably. The positive here, again, is that somewhere in your life, a place where things are being sneaking out without permission. You know, something that is something that's inauspicious, that's being brought in by other people or other circumstances, is about to be exposed. And the exposing of this means that where things were previously difficult at work, there's a really positive outcome. Okay. It also means that, you know, it's a weight off the mind. It may result in extra meetings, extra need to meet with this person who's kind of weighing heavily on your mind. you know, about what's going on here. I feel like these may be all, you know, they may be related and they may not be. Okay, so this person here may represent more than one person, or if it represents the same person, having this, you know, having the thief come to light is, and being able to meet transparently about it, is again going to lead to, you know, hope, big water. You know, things clearing, you know, the air is clear, the water is clean, things have been purified, everything opens back up. Okay. And I'm going to flash a picture up here on the screen. You know, we've still got the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So we're still looking at how that path plays out. You know, we're looking at taking that anxiety, right, that's been weighing on the mind, you know, getting it, making that choice to get it out in the open. And through getting it out in the open and, you know, moving it forward, you know, the better things will come to light. I feel like this is completely in harmony with that 10 of Swords, actually. Completely in harmony. So, kind of a long reading, I'm guessing, but hopefully, here we go. Hopefully, you know, a helpful one. I definitely feel like that one, you know, played both like a personal as well as, you know, like kind of a more global. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. So thank you for being on this little Kipper journey with me. I guess it wasn't nearly as long as I thought it was. I thought it was way longer. Felt long because I'm not as used to doing this. That's why. But it's so, I so love, can you see why I love the Kipper though? It's so interesting. Okay. With that said, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. And thank you so much for being here. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.